What's going on YouTube? This is Virgil N with another video for you. This video goes out to Ayroq. Ayroq had these series of challenge questions that I thought were pretty awesome. There was one question that he had that I wanted to get in on, which was, what do you collect other than jerseys? So I didn't have a channel at the time, but now that I do, I really want to get in on that, so I hope it's not a little too late, but I want to show you guys my other collection. I'll get to that later, but I want to get to his latest question, which was, where do you think you're at with the jersey game since last year? So I'm guessing since last March. So my jersey status since March, I've definitely peaked. As far as my collection goes, I'm pretty much downsizing. I mean, 2 years ago, this is kind of like a tough thing to talk about, but it happened, so I want to get in on it, and hopefully other people will kind of listen and consider it. But 2 years ago, I was in a financial bind, buying all these jerseys and getting practically one jersey per month. And, you know, it started straining on me financially, and before I knew it, I was like in debt. Like I was owing money, and it just wasn't the proper time to be in that kind of situation. Even now, like, I'm downsizing it because I started off with like 30 pieces last year, and since then I'm down to maybe 20. Being a part-time student or being a part-time employee, trying to go back to school in January, next January, I just don't really think it might be the most appropriate time right now to be in the jersey game, and I'm not saying that I'm stopping collecting, but I'm definitely going to take my time picking up a new item. There's probably 2 or 3 that I have on my want list that I really want on there, but at the same time, try not to give in, be smart with my money, and just have fun with it. I understand that some people do kind of put this as a competition, maybe, like, as opposed to fun. You know, people do say, this guy probably has like 20 pieces, I gotta get me the same thing of a player that I've never seen play live on a team that I'm never going to go to, and I just got to get it. And that's what I kind of was with seeing all these jersey videos pop up. It's like, that guy's got that jersey, it looks sick, I'm going to want to get it, and go on eBay and spend like 40 to 50, 60 bucks even. So, I'm not trying to like step on people's toes, but, it's happened to me, like a bad thing has happened to me, so I don't want it to happen to anybody else, and I hope that people are really considerate of their finances, and like I said, try to have fun with it. It's a hobby, and just be cool about it. Hopefully what I said wasn't too, I don't know, too out there, but yeah, that's just what I want to fill in. But like I said, since last year, I've definitely peaked. I'm really comfortable with my uniform collection. I've had maybe 5 legitimate pieces added to it. I think I customized 4 and bought 1. I don't really call it a legitimate edition until it has the name and number on the back, so that's why I call it legitimate. I've picked up maybe 2 of my most coveted ones, the ones that I've always really wanted, because they were my favorite players growing up, and that's probably like it for as far as like the players that I wanted to collect. So yeah, that goes for it. I think I remember, because I want to like plug this in too, but I remember like just buying a jersey just to get it. It wasn't like, I have these like little jersey rules. Some of them don't fit well with others. Some of them, they're kind of okay with it, but I'm not going to get too far into it. But, the jersey that I did have that I sold off, it didn't really follow into the rules. One item that I had that I thought was really cool, and a lot of people will probably agree with it, I just realized that I've never seen this player live. I've never been to the city, and I don't think I'm ever going to go to that city, so I might as well sell it. And the dude who did pick it up, I believed had a lot more passion about the team, and definitely deserved it more than I would. So I was that's how I prefer it. Like when I sell my jerseys or stuff like that, that they just have to be, that I just can tell that they're more into the into that player or whatever, as opposed to me who's just getting it because it has a nice color or some crazy thing like that. So again, sorry for like dawdling off or blabbing on, but as far as my jersey collection, I'm definitely happy with. I know it's been a while since I've put out a video, but I'm trying to stretch it out as much as I can so you guys don't get too bored with my channel. But like I said, expect more than just jerseys, but I know Murph wanted to see a jersey. I got a jersey video from Mighty Mouse Fan if he wants to see that. And you know, just keep checking up. You'll see some surprises, some gems, stuff like that. So with my collection since last year, definitely comfortable. So hope that answered your question, Ayroq. And to everyone out there who feels or might be in a situation that I was 2 years ago, just kind of cool out and you know, try to have fun. So that's it for that question. This next one I want to show you guys is my second collection. I kind of wanted to narrow it down to something that was a true collection, something that doesn't just eventually build up over time, and something that wasn't too overplayed. I mean, hats and sneakers, they just happen. DVDs, CDs, they just kind of happen. Autographs, you can only get them so very often. So this is something that I've always wanted to grab every time it came out. And I went with Ayroq's direction and went with magazines. Skateboarding is one of my favorite activities. I love skateboarding. I love everything about skateboarding. And up in Canada, we have a magazine company called King Shit. Now, if you get easily offended, I won't be surprised if you want to shut this down or something, but the content in this magazine is pretty questionable, so just a little bit of a warning. But up in Canada, we have a magazine company called King Shit. They've been around since 2009, and they release only one issue maybe every 3 to 4 months, so they don't have a lot of issues, but for something free at the skate park or at the skate shop, I can see why they would release it for free. And this is the stack right here of a couple of issues, or of all the issues except for 2. One came out when I was in California, and it didn't come back when I returned, and one was probably thrown away. But this is the stack. It's actually pretty heavy, and the content, the art directing, the photographs, it's really top-notch material in this. And even the magazine, like physically, it's like it's like heavy-set paper. Now I wanted to pick out a few magazines just to show you guys the type of stuff they put into it. I've met a couple of the writers. I've met a couple of publishers and stuff like that who work on this, and they're actually one of the coolest people you'll ever meet. And they're definitely like they're just the right people for the industry. So this cover here is actually my favorite cover that they've ever released. On the front you got Brandon Bangela doing a Smith grind up a pipe, and just the trick, the lighting, the style, and if you look carefully in the light, you'll see these tiny little creatures like on the cover, which is pretty awesome, and they can be found inside the magazine colored up. Russ Moreland was the guest art director for this magazine, and he did a pretty great job with like the fonts and the fonts and the color blocking and all that kind of stuff. For example, you got like this, I don't know, it's kind of funky, but you got like this unicorn costume, so just a little bit of an idea. This next issue got a lot of heat from a lot of parents. I picked this up maybe 2 days after the magazine came to the shop, and the girl behind the counter, she had to tell me that they had to be careful who they hand this out to, because someone came in and one complaint was already enough. So this one here has a kid with like a gun pointed at his head. It says, "Read this magazine or we killed Brandon Del Bianco." It's pretty insane. And then when you open the magazine spread to his interview, you got that going on with his brain on the wall. and even the interview itself was pretty intense. So only this magazine company would get away with it. Another magazine I thought they were really brave on doing, it was a pretty bold move, was when they released this issue a couple of years ago. Now you have Hillary Thompson on the front doing a switch backside ollie down a couple of stairs, and the bottom caption reads, "The world's first transsexual skateboarder." Now I thought that was a pretty interesting move that they did, but in a way it kind of like set a new tone amongst skateboarders. I remember asking the shopkeeper what they thought of this particular issue and Hillary Thompson and the transgendered thing going on, and they were all for it. Not one bad thing was said about it. Even other skateboarders, they were like, yeah. One guy even said, like, yeah, I used to not like gay people, but I guess gay people are kind of cool. That's what one individual said. So again, it was a really bold move on the subject. It was a very bold move on the company to put out a magazine like this and touch on the subject of homosexuality, transgender operations. Whereas now in sports, as old as football, as old as basketball is, you have athletes who were not for homosexuality. There was that one player up in San Francisco who said, "You better be retired before coming out, because if he admits to being gay while in the league, it might cause a problem." And you had the one person up in Orlando a couple of years ago who played with Anthony Hardaway, put out a book saying that he was gay, and Anthony Hardaway had his opinion and was kicked out of the All-Star game. So that's just something that I want to contrast between professional sports and skateboarding. Like, to go up to like a 20-year-old kid or a 19-year-old going like, "What do you think of this issue about homosexuality?" and to him say, "Yeah, I don't have a problem with it," as opposed to an athlete who makes millions of dollars saying, "Don't come out when you're in the league," it definitely has some kind of it's definitely a different point of view between the two industries. So I just want to touch on that subject. Hope I didn't like go off or anything, but these are amazing magazines, really great reads. They're only available in Canada, and just the proper stuff that Trans World and Thrasher will never put out. So that's my second collection, guys. Hope I didn't offend anybody with this magazine collection. Furthermore, try to keep the negative comments off my video. It's just one of those things. So hope you guys like my video. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Ayroq, hope I answered that question properly, and be on the lookout for a couple of a new jersey review. So keep it classy. Till next time, everyone on YouTube, take care.